Picture this, Emily and Jake have been renting a cozy apartment in Winter Park for years. Every Saturday they stroll down Winter Park Avenue, dreaming about owning one of those charming bungalows nearby. With 2026 around the corner, they're torn. Should they keep renting or finally buy a home in Winter Park? It's a question many people here are asking, and today we're going to unpack the answers together. By the end of this video, you'll know what makes the most sense for you, and you'll have a clear plan for what to do next. Hi, I'm Tom Nolte, your Winter Park neighbor and realtor. My goal is simple: service, not sales. I want to help you make confident, informed decisions about your housing choices. So let's sit down and talk about the real world pros and cons of buying versus renting in Winter Park in 2026. Everyone's heard the saying, why pay rent when you could be building equity? But the truth is, this decision depends on your personal goals, timelines, and finances. Let's walk through it together simply. When Emily and Jake rented, they were paying $1,800 a month. The money covers their housing and when something breaks, and the landlord handles it. No roof repairs, no property taxes, no late night calls to the plumber. Renting gives them flexibility. If a job change comes along or they want to move to another neighborhood, they can. They just give notice when their lease ends and goes. If they bought a $500,000 townhome here in Winter Park, their monthly mortgage with property taxes, insurance, and HOA fees would likely land somewhere around $2,500 to $2,800 a month. That's a few $100s more than renting for something similar. But the extra money isn't just disappearing, it's going towards their equity. They're paying down a loan that helps them own an asset instead of paying someone else's. One of the most important questions to ask yourself is how long you plan to stay. Buying makes the most sense when you expect to be here for at least 3 to 5 years. That's how long it usually takes to cover your closing costs and start building meaningful equity. If you think you might move again soon, maybe for a new job or another city, renting is usually the smarter, safer choice. If you see yourself putting down roots here in Winter Park, maybe you're starting a family or simply love the community, then owning can be a powerful step towards long-term financial stability. There's also an emotional side to this. Homeownership gives you control. You can paint the walls, have a dog, remodel the kitchen. It's your space. You're not asking permission from a landlord, and you're not facing yearly rent hikes. With a fixed rate mortgage, your monthly principal and interest stay the same year after year, while rent usually creeps up. In fact, over the past year, average rents in Central Florida have climbed more than 25%. So while renting feels cheaper right now, long-term renters often pay more as rent increases while homeowners lock in their housing costs. Let's be honest, buying a home comes with responsibility and expenses. Property taxes in Winter Park average roughly 1% of the home's value each year. So a $500,000 house, that's about $5,000 annually. Homeowners insurance in Florida has been a big topic lately. For an average size home in Orange County, you're looking at about $4,000 to $4,500 a year. Add flood insurance coverage if you're near the lakes, and that can tack on another few $100s. Then there's maintenance. The general rule is to budget around 1% of your home's value each year for upkeep, so again, about $5,000 a year on a $500,000 property. That covers the AC maintenance, small repairs, or saving up for bigger stuff like a roof replacement down the road. Now, renting mostly shields you from those expenses. You might have renter's insurance, which is usually $15 to $30 a month, but that's about it. Still, those ownership costs come with a return. Every mortgage payment you make builds equity. It's like putting money into a savings account you live in. And in a market as steady as Winter Park, that equity usually grows over time. Let's talk numbers. As of right now, the median home price in Winter Park is around $760,000, up 1% from last year. Prices have leveled off after the sharp increases we saw a couple of years ago. Homes are taking about a month to sell on average, which means the market has normalized and feels balanced. Now, not every home in Winter Park is that high. The city has two very different markets. In the east, Winter Park homes tend to sell in a lower mid 400 range. On the west side, you're looking at the luxury core where the average home sells around $1 million. And lakefront estates often go for much higher. Renting, on the other hand, is still less expensive month to month, but it's not exactly cheap. The average rent in Winter Park is about $1,900 per month, depending on the size and location. A nice 2-bedroom apartment might run anywhere from $1,800 to $2,200 a month. Rents are rising more slowly now, maybe 3 to 5% a year, so they've stabilized compared to the jumpy years after 2020. And what about interest rates? As of October 2025, a 30-year fixed mortgage averages about 6.3%. That's down slightly from the peak we saw earlier this year, but still far above the historical lows of the early 2020s. Many economists expect modest rate cuts in 2026 as inflation continues to ease, but for now, buyers are working with numbers in the mid 6% range. So that's where we are: stable prices, balanced markets, steady rents, and manageable but higher borrowing costs. Let's go back to Emily and Jake for a second. They've been renting for 5 years, waiting for the perfect time to buy. They liked the flexibility, but renting kept creeping up from $1,600 to $1,900 to over $2,000. Their landlord was nice, but they realized that the rent was basically paying off someone else's mortgage. This year, they decided enough was enough. They bought a small townhome in East Winter Park near the Caddy Wall Trail. The mortgage payment came out to be a little over $500 more than they were paying in rent. But here's what changed. Now, when they make that payment, the portion goes straight into equity. A few months in, they've adopted a golden retriever they've always wanted, but couldn't have in their rental. They painted the living room blue, planted herbs in the backyard, and started to feel a sense of belonging that only comes with owning a home. They also know that if interest rates drop in 2026, they can refinance and bring the payment down even more. And 10 years from now, when rents are almost certainly to be higher, their payments will stay the same. Here's how to think about it. If you're still figuring out your next few years, maybe you're new to the area, changing jobs, or building savings, keep renting. Use that time to get comfortable, learn the neighborhoods, and strengthen your financial foundation. But if you're ready to settle in Winter Park for at least a few years, buying can be a smart wealth-building move. Even if rates feel high right now, you could always refinance later, but you can't go back and buy a home at yesterday's prices. Owning a home here isn't just about money, it's about a lifestyle and stability. It's knowing your kids can stay in the same school zone, or that you can finally host Thanksgiving in a dining room that's yours. If you're still unsure which option fits your life best, I'd love to help you talk it through. I've created a free Buyer's Playbook that walks you through the process of purchasing a home in Central Florida, from financing to finding the right neighborhood. It even includes a worksheet to compare renting versus owning. Just scan the QR code on your screen to download it instantly. And if you'd like to have a personal conversation about your specific situation, whether now is the right time, or how much house you can comfortably afford, or what areas might fit your lifestyle, give me a call at 407-607-7166. There's no pressure, just guidance from a local who knows this market inside and out. Winter Park is an incredible place to live, whether you rent or buy. But if 2026 feels like the year you want to put down roots and start building your future here, let's make it happen together. I'm Tom Nolte, and I look forward to helping you call Winter Park home. Call me at 407-607-7166. And don't forget to scan the QR code to get your free Buyer's Playbook today. I'll see you in the next one.